Dear students, in the previous class, I had told you about the mechanics, introduction of the mechanics, and in the same class, I told you that some important definitions of mechanics. Today, let me to take this mechanics only, but some part of definitions of this mechanics which are important for you in this year also, to study the classical mechanics, to study the quantum mechanics. So it is required. So in the previous class I told you that Newton's laws of motion, they are very important laws of motion because they studied gives about the idea about motion of the object or bodies, how they are taking place. Motion of the object and bodies, how they are taking place. Whether it is under the force and what type of nature of force, or what is the cause of motion, that is momentum, and then after that the external agent acting on the body, that is force. These terms clearly explained in the previous class. This Newton, previous to that Galileo, these are the pioneer workers in the branch of mechanics. Galileo, Newton, okay, and like this they developed this mechanics, and they give fundamental ideas about the motion of the bodies. So in the previous class what I told you, 3 Newton's laws of motion. First, laws of motion explained about 2 quantities like inertia of the body and what is force, meaning of force given by first law of motion. Second law of motion, what it gives? It measures the force. First law of motion gives the idea about force. Force is an external agent acting on the body which changes its direction of motion. That is called force. It is meaning only it is given, but measurement of force given by second law of motion. Measurement of force. So I told that force is product of mass and acceleration. That is mass into A. That is the force. And that measurement of force given by second law of motion. And second law of motion also gives one important concept, that is called momentum. That is also given in the previous class. I told you that it is product of mass and velocity. Momentum, small p denoted by small p, mass into velocity. So these are the important concepts explained by second law of motion. And third law of motion, what it explains? Third law of motion gives the idea about 2 types of forces. One is forward motion of the body opposing by external force or external agent, that is opposing force. These 2 forces, they are equal and opposite. 2 forces are equal and opposite. That is third law of motion. It gives very important law that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Similarly, now as you proceed further, you find these terms now very important. Work. Now only this what is work? Correct? What is power? What is energy? the concepts, some of the physical quantities I told in the physics last class. Now these three also you have to understand clearly. Then only you will understand the both mechanics, that is classical mechanics as well as quantum mechanics. Now work means what? When the work is said to be done, the work is said to be done when you take the, or when the change of position of the body takes place. When the change of position of the body takes place, some push should be there. Unless there is a push to the body, it cannot move. Take this body like duster. Duster, if you move, only you are applying force now. You are applying force, then it moves. Displacement of that takes place when you are applying the force to that. This is the work. Then the work is said to be done. You are doing work now. How you are doing work? You are now moving this. Moving this. It is in motion. This body is in motion. But only when you apply force. Otherwise, it will be like this only. If you keep it on the table, it will be on the table only. If you take it from the table like this, it will move. It is in motion now. So therefore, the work is said to be done when the object is in motion under the action of force. When the object displaces under the action of force. Under the action of force. So therefore, work means what? Work means what? It is a product of force and displacement. Force and displacement. Can say in other words, suppose that the direction of force. Now, what is the force? Is a vector quantity. What is displacement? Is also vector quantity. What is force? It is product of mass and acceleration. It is product of mass and acceleration. What is displacement? It is change of position. The change of position of the body from this point to this point. When it takes place under the action of force. Under the action of force. Suppose that this force and displacement, they are not in same direction. They are not in same direction. Then what happens? There will be some angle between two. Theta. There is some angle between two. Then you cannot try to work as a force into displacement. It is component of that along that direction. So therefore, it is F into D. Suppose displacement is D cos theta. This is product. This is the product. This product, I told you that this is the dot product. Dot product of force and displacement. Suppose if you take this is dot, it is force into D, force into D, dot. So therefore, F D cos theta. Suppose that theta is 0, when theta is 0, then work is equal to force into displacement only, provided this angle should be 0. This theta should be 0. So that you must know here. Therefore, it is product of force into displacement. And as well, now SI unit of force. SI unit is Joule. Or you write to capital J, that is unit of work. Or CGS unit is earth. CGS unit of work is earth. So this is what I want to say about work. See, you understood now work. What is work? Definition of work. Okay, because the work is the, again, as I told you, dot product of force and displacement. If force and displacement are in the same direction, because the both are vector quantities, then the d is equal to theta is equal to 0. Otherwise, if the force is along this direction, d is along this direction, then it is F cross d first. So when theta is equal to 0, F cross d. F cross d. Your SI unit is joule. SI unit is joule. So that you must know here. Then after this you must know what is power. What is power? It is capacity of doing work. Capacity to do work. Capacity of doing work. It is called as power. Called as power. So that we can say it is the capacity of doing work. Capacity to do work. Okay. In other words, it is W divided by T. Okay, rate of doing work. So therefore, what is unit of power? It is joule per second. Joule per second. This is the SI unit. SI unit is joule per second. That is unit of power. Capacity of doing work. Capacity of doing work. It is power. Then sometimes you can say that unit of power is taken watt. Horsepower. You might have seen these units. So when it is taken as watt, when electrical energy measurements are doing. So if you take the electrical energy measurements, so that if you take the bulb, power of bulb, that is illuminating, power of LED tube light, you can say 2 watt, 4 watt, 6 watt. You are purchasing now LED bulbs, LED tube lights. So in that cases, watt is used. Okay, and now in certain cases like motor pumps, where the motor pumps are used now in agriculture purpose, or lifting water in the buildings, lifting water from ground floor to first floor, second floor, like that. What your type of motor? You are using motors now there, submersible pumps or motors you are using. Now there you are using this horsepower, half HP motor, 1/4 HP motor, like that you are saying there. So therefore it is horsepower is the also unit of power. Horsepower is also unit of power. So like this you must know units of power properly in these cases. And what is work, what is power, I think you have understood. You understood. So that during this time, this high time now, I told you many times that classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, that you are going to study these in two papers, and in these two papers you have to understand the basic concepts of mechanics. Unless until you understand the basic concepts, definitions of mechanics, you will not understand these two topics. Okay, so therefore if you have any doubts, any problems now, so get clarified now only. It is high time now. Afterwards, when the portion starts, we will now, I think in next class onwards I will start the portion of actual portion I will start. Okay, so then we may explain, we not explain these fundamental things. Therefore, we make the list of fundamental definitions, all the list of fundamental definitions of mechanics. Since from last two classes I am taking these fundamentals only. So make list of all the fundamentals, quantities, basic fundamentals Start from length, mass, time only. Make tabular column. Start with length, mass, time. Now, suppose, length, mass, time. This is quantity. One column you make physical quantity. Physical quantity. Another column you make SI units of those quantities. So that we start with fundamental physical quantities, SI units, correct? And then start now like this displacement, correct? Suppose now length you take meter, mass you take kilogram, time you take second, displacement again meter. Unless until you understand definition, you cannot write unit. So therefore, try to understand this unit of definition of displacement, then write unit, then velocity, acceleration. You make list of all such things with symbols and units also. With symbols like displacement, you can take S, velocity you can take V, acceleration you can take A. So like this you take, so that it is possible for you to understand the quantum mechanics and classical mechanics. Like this you make all physical quantities which you have studied now. What is this acceleration? Correct? You should know, and then you write in it. What is the velocity? What is force? What is work? What is power? What is energy? Units of corresponding physical quantities. So they are required not only in these theory classes, as well as you are writing these units in the practicals when you measure these certain things. So you are in front of you, each physical quantity you are writing the units. So therefore that you must know. Then next physical quantity here, after understanding what is work, what is power, energy. There is no as such the definition will change here. It is also, energy is also capacity to do work, capacity of doing work, just like power, capacity to do work. So here it is W divided by T. You can write E here, and arc per second. Unit of this SI unit is arc per second. Correct? And energy is appearing in different forms at different time. Suppose if you take mechanical energy, it will be mechanical energy, it may be light energy, it may be electrical energy, heat energy, any other form. So that these are the different forms of the energy. Nuclear energy, these are all different forms of energy. Mechanical energy, light energy, electrical energy, heat energy, nuclear energy, any other forms are there, and they are interchangeable, they are interconvertible. These are all interconvertible. That is, one form of energy disappears, in other form it appears. Correct? In one form the energy suppose disappears, it reappears in another form. Correct? That is called the conversion of one form of energy to another form of energy. Correct? Whenever the light bulb illuminates, what it consumes? It consumes electrical energy. There, electrical energy is converted into light energy. Electrical energy converted when through wire, light electrical energy, electric current is flowing, that will illuminate the bulb. That will illuminate the bulb. The bulb will give the, when it illuminates, it will give the light energy. Or in some other, after some time even, that electrical energy is converted into heat energy also, because bulb get heated. Bulb get heated. So therefore that you must know that mechanical energy is converted to light energy, heat energy. Correct? And again, what is mechanical energy then? What is mechanical energy out of this? Well, let us know what is mechanical energy. Now mechanical energy means what? Energy, capacity of doing work, capacity to do work. But capacity of doing work may be by virtue of its position of the body or by virtue of its motion of the body. There are two types. One will be by position, capacity to do work by virtue of its position, capacity of doing work by virtue of its motion. Capacity of doing work by virtue of its motion. Suppose the body capacity of doing work by virtue of its position, it is called as potential energy. Potential energy. Capacity of doing work by virtue of its motion, it is called as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. That you must know. Correct? Then these are the two definitions again. I told you what is potential energy, what is kinetic energy. Capacity of doing work by virtue of its position. Capacity of doing work by virtue of its motion. For example, now suppose that water is flowing from top of the hill. Here, surface of the hill is suppose flat there. Water is flowing there. Water is flowing there. And whenever from that top falls, the water will fall here. At the top position, it possesses the energy called as potential energy. Here, it possesses the energy called as potential energy. But when it falls, step by step, its potential energy converted into kinetic energy. Here it will be again potential. Here it will be kinetic, but slightly potential energy may be there. Slightly, both are there. Here, completely it is kinetic. Means here potential energy will be there. It is maximum. Kinetic energy is there, but it is zero. It is almost zero, minimum. Here it may be again 50% in between. And as it reaching towards surface of the earth, or towards surface, falls on the surface of the earth, then what happens? It possesses kinetic energy. Then it moves. It will be used, that kinetic energy will be used to run these certain things. You can run generators, you can run turbines, so that kinetic energy possesses now. We have to make use of that energy to run certain things like turbines, generators. So like this, potential energy and kinetic energy. These are the two types of mechanical energy. Mechanical energy. Okay. So therefore, here the total energy is sum of potential energy plus kinetic energy, and it is constant. It is constant. It is called conservation. It is constant. It is called conservation. So one energy increases, suppose it is step by step decreases here, but other energy increases, so that total sum should be constant. Total sum should be constant, because one form of energy disappears, it reappears in another forms. Here it is 100%, here it is 50%, but what about remaining 50%? It is converted into kind. Again here 100% maximum, but what about another? So this potential energy is 0 1. What happens in between? This percentage increase, decrease, but total sum of two potential energy and kinetic energy is constant, is same. So that is called conservation. It is called as conservation. So physical quantities take in physics, they are all conserved. They are all conserved quantities. Therefore, that you must know here what is energy, what is unit of energy, and what is the potential energy, kinetic energy. Okay. What is law of conservation of energy? What is the law of conservation of energy? So, if like this, I told you certain physical quantities definitions in the mechanics that are used in the mechanics. Then what you are going to study here too? One is classical mechanics, then after that quantum mechanics. Correct? So out of these two mechanics, okay, see already one branch of mechanics is started, special theory of relativity has been started in the physics class. Now therefore, apart from that, in the mechanics you are going to study classical mechanics there. Okay, then you will directly go to the quantum mechanics. So that the classical mechanics and quantum mechanics, see classical mechanics, that branch of mechanics which deals with bodies, which are in larger sizes, macroscopic, macroscopic bodies. That is classical physics. It is Newton's laws of motion. It is called, based on the Newton's laws of motion. So therefore it is Newtonian mechanics, classical mechanics. But still, what you are going to study here is important in this class. And then quantum mechanics. Quantum means small nuclei, smaller size atoms than nuclei. Motion of that. Again, motion of that. Quantum means what? Small packets of energy. Small packets of energy. They are called quantum. Correct? So there also you are going to study motion of very smaller microscopic bodies. Here in classical, macroscopic, very large size. Correct? So therefore that two types of mechanics you are going to study. Once again I will tell you that you go through the basic concept, basic laws of physics, of the mechanics, and then you come prepared whenever the next class will be there, or next classes of this mechanics that I will take. Okay, so you must be get prepared. Unless until you study them, if I will start directly this class, next class you will not understand. Therefore, I will tell you now only. Time is there, you just go through the books, or you go through the whatever media, online media is there with you, Google is there with you. On that you study mechanics. Other books are there in first PUC, books are there with you, you study the mechanics and get prepared them all the definitions, all the units, the physical quantities. With this today's class I will finish, and next class I will start the real portion, means yours portion, correct? So therefore the portion which is required for these two papers will send in the your group, WhatsApp group. Just go through that syllabus, okay, and then we will start the syllabus. Okay, with this I will complete my today's class. Thank you.